News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a fire at a disposal site causes concern. Travelers are stranded because of road closures, and 3 are transported with injuries from an accident. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, October 19th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The fire at the waste disposal facility outside Beatty at US Ecology has been out for hours. How it started has not been revealed at this time. Officials are monitoring the air quality for contamination and possible public health risk and have not found any at this point. They are awaiting the results of a ground survey. The fire of one of the closed low-level radioactive waste disposal cells was reported Sunday at 1 p.m. The scene of the fire is about 8 miles from populated areas and had accepted low-level radioactive waste for 30 years before closing in 1992. Governor Sandoval has directed state agencies to mobilize resources and continue working with local authorities and said that their top priority is the health and safety of Nevadans and those traveling near the incident site. Highway 95 will remain closed until the ground survey results conclude that the area is safe. The Nye County Sheriff's press release concerning road closures from rain and the US Ecology fire says that due to the industrial fire at US Ecology and severe road damage due to flooding, the Nye County EMS and Sheriff's Office have determined several traffic routes will remain closed until further notice. These routes include Highway 267 to Scotty's Castle and Death Valley due to road damage. Highway 373 is closed from Highway 95 to State Line due to road damage. Highway 374 is also closed to Death Valley due to extensive flooding. Bell Vista Road is closed to through traffic due to road damage on the California side, and Highway 95 is closed from Tonopah to the Highway 160 junction due to the fire and road damage. Traffic from Tonopah to Beatty is limited to residents only. Northbound traffic out of Beatty is open. The U.S. Ecology Initial Air Monitoring Survey is free of contaminants. The Nye County Sheriff's Office wanted to remind everybody about that, and however, a ground survey will be performed and the results were reviewed prior to the opening of the site. Highway 95 opening will await the results of the preliminary survey. We caught up with Fire Chief Scott Lewis regarding flooding in our area.
We had significant floods. It wasn't just one, it was a number of cells that had come through at different hours of the days over the weekend. And as a result, it was dumping large amounts of water in very short periods of time. And as a result, we could almost forecast within a half hour or so that the water was going to be then coming down off the alluvial fan and flooding out various sections of the valley. Mr. O'Brien was instrumental for us because he's, I believe, a certified weather watcher. And so he was giving regular reports on when these cells were approaching the valley, which was really helped us out because we could kind of place our resources in those areas and be best prepared. But on at least 2 to 3 occasions, we had crews that were roving in town because as we had a subsequent power outage, our radios were down. So a lot of it was by observation, cell phone contacts, and again, just being highly visible. So if the community members did have an issue, they could flag down one of the apparatus that were operating in the area.
How did the power outage affect you guys? Did it affect you?
Yeah, obviously it did. We had to open our bay doors. We didn't have, again, the radios were down, and so those folks from Nye County came in, and the IT folks. and they came in and were able to reestablish those communications in a timely fashion. Took a little longer for all the power to be restored, but again, they did a great job, kept us well informed.
We've had meetings on emergency planning with all of the responders before on how to handle situations like this.
You know, it's not as if it wasn't forecasted. I mean, it had been in the weather for several days on both the local and the Las Vegas Valley weather channels. We had emergency alerts. If you have your iPhones, activate that section on there so you can get emergency notifications, including Amber Alerts, weather forecasts, things like that. So again, you can be best prepared. Most of the medical emergencies that we were responding to was the inoperability of the oxygen producing machines. And so they were worried because they may not have had the necessary backup supplies of just the bottles. And so we would check on from a respiratory standpoint. Some folks simply fell, a number of fall victims and things related to the weather.
In the past, you have put emergency vehicles at major intersections so that people can contact you.
Yeah, that was as much of an effort. It was part of the emergency management program when we had a greater outage of our communication equipment. But again, there's limitations on that because if something happens at their house, they're unable to get to those locations. So roving patrols have helped us. But again, the key is if you know something's happening in the valley and you know someone's an invalid or needs assistance on a regular basis or is on O2, check on them, make sure that they're okay. And if you can't get a hold of them by a cell phone or anything along those lines, go over and make a visit.
And Valley Electric Association has sent a press release regarding yesterday's power outage. Power has been restored to all Valley Electric Association members after a strong overnight storm caused outages throughout VEA's service territory and for most of Pahrump. VEA began receiving reports of outages at approximately 4:15 a.m. on October 18th, and at the height of the event, approximately 19,254 member meters were without power. By 6:49 a.m., power was restored to nearly all members. According to weather data collected by VEA's Specialized Utility Weather Center, between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m., there were more than 387 lightning strikes from Sandy Valley to Amargosa Valley. Many of those strikes occurred within 1 to 2 miles from VEA's transmission system and substations. Approximately 36 strikes were within a half-mile of VEA's transmission lines, and 8 strikes appear to have directly hit VEA's 138 kilovolt transmission line. News 46 will return in just a moment.